WBAY-TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Hi there, how you doing on this Wednesday morning? Good to have you with us on our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. I'm Tammy Elliott.
And I'm Emerson Lehman. Thanks for streaming along with us every morning, Monday through Friday. It is cold, but not as cold as it's been the past couple days.
Yeah.
And as it's going to be later this week.
I was talking with our director when I walked in this morning. I said, is it strange that, I thought it actually wasn't that bad out today? And he agreed.
The thing about it, Steve, we'll bring you in here, it was practically almost, I think I'm doing my math right here, forgive me if I'm wrong, but almost a 20-degree temperature change from yesterday to today. I mean, it was quite the change there.
Well, I think you guys should break out the pink flamingos on your front yard. Maybe get out the grass hula skirts. Why not, right?
The flamingos are still going to need sweaters, let's be honest. It's not that nice.
Boots as well.
Those flamingos will be shivering later in the week.
Right.
All right, so we've had a little bit of snow overnight. It is winding down here on First Alert Viper Max. Still some flakes, Oshkosh down towards Fond du Lac. I was noticing that Manitowoc sky camera shot behind you. Didn't see any snow watching it, but I can see there's a few flakes just north up around Mishicot and Two Creeks. And that's kind of jutting out over Lake Michigan. The bulk of the snow has been passing through southern Wisconsin overnight, where a lot of folks have seen anywhere from a coating to a full inch of fresh powder. And this will probably create some slippery travel as you go out and about across east central Wisconsin this morning. So there's that Manitowoc sky camera shot. Looks like the snow is winding down. Cloudy and not as cold as it was at this time yesterday. 14 degrees, wind chill is 6. I expect our wind chills to generally stay in the positive single digits. That's good. The high, 21, towards about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Cloudy skies, and in the afternoon, some additional snow showers are possible. We're tracking them with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Cloudy. Here's the noon hour. You can see a couple flakes showing up on the map, and there are the scattered snow showers through the afternoon. There's 4 p.m. A lot of this activity is going to be winding down as we go towards this evening. And a fresh look at the additional snowfall on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. A dusting, perhaps half an inch for much of eastern Wisconsin, maybe a bit more in north central Wisconsin.
Next weather maker, we have a hint of what that's going to be because we've been talking about this all week because it's going to be dangerous when this extra cold air moves in.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it could be life-threatening cold that's heading our way Friday and Saturday. And honestly, I don't like to use that phrase, life-threatening cold, but we're going to get the coldest air that we've seen around here in about 7 years. Dangerous cold air Thursday night, Friday into early Saturday. We are concerned about people getting frostbite. We're worried about people getting hypothermia if they're out in the elements. Friday and Saturday, they're both First Alert weather days. Our Friday severe weather outlook is in the high category, and we're in the moderate category for Saturday. So this polar plunge that's coming in is going to knock our high temperatures on Friday and Saturday below 0. We could have a long stretch where that temperature stays in negative territory, something that we haven't seen around here since 2019. In fact, the last day where Green Bay had a sub-zero high temperature was the last day of January 2019, 5 degrees below 0, and that was in the middle of a 64-hour consecutive stretch where the temperature was at or below 0. And we may be replicating that as we wrap up this week. And that's not even including the wind chills. When you consider the feel-like temperatures as the wind blows your body heat away from you, our wind chills Friday morning will be diving down to the 40s below 0. And that is cold enough for your skin to freeze, frostbite, in 10 minutes or less. Ahead of this bitter cold blast, the National Weather Service is issuing an extreme cold watch. This is for late Thursday night into Saturday morning. All these blue shaded counties where the wind chill might get down to about minus 45 at times, which makes our current temperatures seem like a picnic. It's definitely warmer than it was at this time yesterday. We're in the single digits and teens. We'll see a high of 21, but then we go back down on your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. 8 below for Friday, 2 below for Saturday. This Arctic air, it's not just frigid, but it's also very dry. And so very often it leads to lots of sunshine, even though it doesn't look like it's going to warm up much at all. As we start to come out of the Arctic air, albeit slightly, we will have some light snow on Sunday And Sunday and Monday have highs either at or just under 10 degrees.
And as you always say, to throw one more nugget of knowledge at you, in our We the People this morning, we have those little highlights,
Yep.
what happened on this day. It was this day in history, 1888. It was 36 below zero in Green Bay.
Yep.
And that's not with a wind chill. That was the coldest temperature.
And usually in those kind of situations where the actual low goes down to the basement like that, very often it is a clear and calm morning with like fresh snow on the ground. I don't know what the weather was like specifically on that day, but I'm willing to bet that it was those kind of variables, if you will. But yeah, so yeah, you could look at this and you can cringe, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But
It could always be worse.
Yeah.
you got it. It could always be worse.
All right. Hey, go rest your voice, okay?
I'll try.
Take a break. Get a cup of water.
Oh, we got a backup, it looks like. This is
Oh, yeah.
I-41
We're
at
gonna-
County S. We're going to bring Aisha in, first alert traffic. I was trying to see her on our camera to see
Yeah.
where that location was there. We had some slick spots, snow coverage
Right.
throughout the morning. Obviously, temperatures below freezing as well, so any
Hi,
wet
guys.
roadways out there.
I
And
have
you're-
to get my clicker. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
she needs the clicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been dealing with a few different slick spots that she's been showing us, and she'll get into more detail there. But it's just a good reminder for drivers to slow down out there.
Absolutely. Increase your following distance, as you always say, Aisha.
Yes.
And leave a little extra time. So what do you know about what's happening there?
Yeah, so this is near Wrightstown, at least just north of Wrightstown. What I just saw, and this happened just moments ago, I-41 north beyond the ramp from County S. You could see this big backup. The left lane is blocked just up ahead because of a crash. You might be able to see some of the flashing lights up there, but this backup is quite significant if you're going on I-41 north. So just getting that. We do know that we have some slippery travel south of that area, and I'll go back up north in just a moment, but towards the lakeshore, heading from Chilton all the way towards Manitowoc, really slippery travel right here as you're seeing, and then also just southeast of Fond du Lac, Campbellsport, that area. And if we go into our other cameras this morning, they're trying to wake up too. There we go. Outagamie County, parts of the valley, and also Brown County. Just seeing more of the wet roads, the damp roads, and we're just getting that crash right now this morning. There might be a couple of others in this area that I have to check into, and it literally just happened the last couple of minutes. But as far as our road conditions, Green Bay, down to the valley, and south is where we're seeing most of that slippery travel. So anywhere up to the north, reporting normal travel. So if you did receive any bit of snow overnight that Steve has mentioned, chances are there is some slick travel this morning, even if it's just north of that area that I just showed you. But yeah, we'll let everybody know what's going on with this crash in the Brown County area, just north of Wrightstown in just a moment. Got to look into it, guys.
All right, Aisha, thank you. And I noticed
Sure.
we just got a push alert on that as
Yes.
you were talking too. So that's another reason to download our app, right, to get all those notifications as they're happening.
Oh, yeah.
So appreciate it, Aisha.
Sure.
All right, talking about spring training. Oh, this is a
Sounds
great
warmer.
story here. Yes, so the Brewers pitchers and catchers, they're getting ready to head to Phoenix next month. And so are these three young fans. You see them right there. So this was a surprise for them, the Aurora Health Center and Milwaukee Brewers, surprising them and their parents with a VIP trip, all expense paid trip to Brewers spring training next month.
The kids have to deal with significant health challenges. This is 11-year-old Lucas Connor from Luxembourg and 15-year-old Reese Walters from Marinette. During the trip, they're going to meet Brewers players, participate in warm-ups, and even get to throw out the first pitch at a game there. What a fantastic experience for
that
those
cool?
young kids, and certainly deserving of that as well.
I love that they had all the signage with like their names and all-star. And by the way, the other 13-year-old is from Jefferson County, so good for them to take that break and get away with their family.
Absolutely. All right, we're talking about how cold it's going to be this weekend. You could warm things up here, take a step back in time, experience music from the 1950s in Green Bay this weekend.
It's a winter dance party. This is a tribute to Buddy Holly's final tour. Such a throwback, and Kristen Allen is at the Riverside Ballroom. Kristen, tell us about the show and what makes it so unique.
Definitely a throwback. Get out your dancing shoes, maybe even your hula hoops, because that's been known to happen here. This tour has been stopping in Green Bay for decades, and it's because of the history that's actually tied to the Riverside Ballroom and into that tour that happened. The Riverside Ballroom was actually the second to last stop on Buddy Holly's tour back in 1959. So it's all sort of connected, and this gives people the opportunity to sort of relive some of that nostalgia and some of that history. And joining me is Mark Stollier, a promoter and a Buddy Holly super fan. Fanatic, yes, even better. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they come out to the Winter Dance Party this weekend.
Well, first of all, it's going to be cold in a sense that what the original tour was. So be ready to warm up in here. The band is phenomenal. The performers play the music. In fact, back on the original tour, the shows weren't probably as long, but they play for 2.5 hours. So it's phenomenal music. We'll have memorabilia set up. My Strike a Chord nonprofit, we have a Facebook page. Please go to it. We're looking at building a museum, and we want the Winter Dance Party from 1959 to be one of the focal parts of our museum and make it an international destination for fans to come and look at.
And so you have some of those memorabilia pieces here. Let's take a look at them. And you will have these also on display on Saturday if people want to come and take a look. And also we should mention that in the lobby here, there's also some photos of when Buddy Holly was here in 1959. So a lot of history. Tell us about some of your favorite pieces here in your collection.
Well, like I said before, I told my wife Martha that when our house burns down, I will get you out, and then I will take that picture. I've been collecting autographs on that for like 35 years. So Tommy Alsop, we've got Sonny Curtis, we've got Jerry Allison, some of the Crickets, we've got Maria Elena Holly, we've got Peggy Sue Guerin from The Song. She's there. We've got family members of Buddy's, his brothers. We had one fella named Ray Rush who his cohort in the Roses, they were a backup group, thought he had passed away. So I'm down in Lubbock, Texas, and the fellow signs in memory of Ray Rush and his other bandmate. I was sitting next to Ray Rush at a Holiday Inn eating a chicken pot pie. And I said, "Are you Ray Rush?" And he goes, "Yeah." He says, "Could you autograph the album right next to where your friend said you're no longer with us?" So that's on there. There's all these little stories. It's amazing all the people I've met over the years.
So a lot of these people are before my time, but you've been doing a great job of educating me throughout the morning. So I'm learning a lot here about this era and this time in history. And you sort of mentioned it earlier, but your goal is to have a Music Hall of Fame in Green Bay. You're looking at the former Helen Keller School in Green Bay to sort of house this and house some of these pieces. So tell me, why that's important, why you want to be able to preserve this history here in Titletown.
Well, for one reason, I have many bins at home that Martha would like me to get out of the house. That would help. So, I have a lot of things in storage. We had a couple of other places like the Vic Theater that we were looking at. I have things from the Brown County Arena and other establishments. And we would like to just get those together in one spot where people can sit and look. And we're looking at eventually to have interactive displays with music. We're looking at a small recording studio, maybe a free instrument room for children, involve the youth as well. I think it's very important that the youth gets involved, otherwise a lot of this will go away.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and being part of our show this morning. We appreciate it. And so the 2026 Winter Dance Party is happening on Saturday again here at the Riverside Ballroom in Green Bay. If you want more information or to get your tickets, you can go to our website, WBAY.com/links. The doors open at 6. The show starts at 7. Back to you.
All right, Kristen, thank you so much. Such a throwback there.
Yeah.
The show is a throwback. The Riverside Ballroom is a classic. If you haven't been there, you have to check it out.
A lot of history.
Yeah, so much history, so many shows. And even Garrett, our producer, was saying he had a card show there, right,
Yeah.
Garrett? You were saying that you were there. So they host so many different things. And it's a classic. Josh, our director's wedding was there.
All
How about
kinds of
that?
fun.
I've hosted fashion shows there. There have been so many different events there. It's just one of those treasures in Green Bay that we're so lucky to have, and love that they keep that tradition alive and the show of Buddy Holly and bringing back that classic.
He mentioned in one of the hits earlier this morning, poodle skirts
Yes.
are sometimes worn. It's going to be cold for that.
Yeah.
And I want to ask Garrett if we're able to pull up traffic real quick here one more time, if we
Oh,
can
yeah,
take that full, because we've got
definitely.
another crash there. If they're able to take that in the back there. It looks like it's at Larry Lane here.
It's the
Aisha,
same
do you want
crash.
to jump in? This is new view of
Yeah.
that same crash there?
This is the same crash going from the other perspective. So those folks are going where you see the flashing lights. They're going north. We're looking south. So the backup that we were showing was from the other end where
Okay.
people are stuck. This is where the crash actually is near Lawrence. So I-41 going north near County S. It looks like from my perspective, there's at least one car in the ditch, possibly two in that area. So plenty of first responders there. Looks like they're trying to let some people through at this point, maybe because they're stuck, but we'll keep everybody posted on what's going on.
All right, Aisha, thanks so much. And we will wish you all a happy Wednesday. Stay warm out there. Enjoy the last warm day before it really gets cold.